Hello and welcome to Channel 1 Local. I'm your host, Brian Christopher, and I want to thank you for joining me again. Before we go any further, I want to explain something important about how I'll be approaching AI on this channel. I have made mention of this in a previous video that was just released that I will attach to this video as well. But along the way, I'm going to start sharing short, real world stories, actual situations involving real people, where advancing technology, especially AI, is already being used in practical, meaningful ways, not theories, not sci-fi. Real moments where AI is quietly helping someone do their job better, respond faster, teach more effectively, or resolve a problem they couldn't before. The reason for this is simple. Technology doesn't matter unless it improves real human lives. It's easy to get lost in the headlines, fear, or speculation about where AI might go someday. I'm more interested in showing where it's already showing up on the ground, in the classrooms, and emergency responses, in our everyday lives and work. These stories aren't about replacing people. They're about supporting them, about technology working alongside human judgment, creativity, and care. So as we move forward, I will keep weaving in these real experiences into conversation and not selling hype, but bringing clarity, perspective, and context to what's actually happening right now. This is about understanding AI through lived experience, not abstraction. So let's jump into this short story. This one is talking about giving teachers their time back, AI in the classroom. Let's shift from the emergency dispatcher and that situation in the previous video to a classroom environment, another environment where stakes are high, but in a completely different way. Teaching is one of the most creative, rewarding, and absolutely exhausting professions that exist. Think about what teachers actually do. They plan engaging lessons. They adapt material for students with different learning styles and abilities. They grade assignments and provide meaningful feedback. They communicate with parents. They handle administrative requirements. They manage classroom dynamics. And they're supposed to do all of that with limited time, limited resources, and often limited support. Burnout isn't just common among teachers, it's epidemic. Many leave the profession within the first 5 years because the workload is simply unsustainable. But something interesting is happening across classrooms in the United States right now. Teachers are using AI, but not how you might think. According to reporting by the Associated Press, a growing number of teachers are tapped into AI tools, not to replace themselves, but to reclaim time for what actually matters, connecting with students. Here's what that looks like in practice. Teachers are using AI to generate draft lessons, ideas that they then customize and refine. Instead of starting from scratch every time, they have a foundation to build on. They're using AI to translate content for students whose first language isn't English, making learning more accessible without adding hours to their day. They're creating visual aids and supplementary materials that would have taken significant time to produce manually. They're personalizing assignments to match students' interest and learning levels. That's something ideal, but practically impossible without support. The key point, these tools don't do the teaching. They do the busy work that used to consume valuable hours that should have been spent with students. The real impact in classrooms, AP News includes accounts from teachers describing how this shift has changed their practice. One teacher explained how AI allowed them to design lessons that generally resonate with students' interest, creating those light bulb moments in the classroom that simply wouldn't have happened if they had buried under administrative tasks. And this isn't just isolated. Broader educational reports show a measurable trend, teachers using AI to enhance instruction, streamline planning, and make learning more engaging, all while keeping the human teacher firmly in control of the decisions. Think about what this actually means. A teacher who previously spent their evenings grading routine assignments can now use their time developing creative projects. A teacher who struggled to differentiate instructions for 30 different students can now provide a more personalized learning experience. A teacher who loves teaching but hated the paperwork can focus on the part of the job that drew them to education in the first place. Now, that isn't AI taking over education. It's not replacing teachers with chatbots or removing the human element from learning. It's AI expanding what teachers can do, helping them focus on creativity, critical thinking, relationship building, and meaningful interactions instead of drowning in administrative overhead. The teacher's expertise and ability to inspire students, that's irreplaceable. But the ability to generate first drafts, translate content, create supplementary materials, and personalize at scale, that's where AI becomes a powerful tool in service of the better of education. According to the AP reporting, this is increasingly how educators themselves view these technologies, not as a threat to their profession, but as a support for the aspects of teaching that matter the most. So here's the bottom line. AI is augmentation for both of these stories, the previous one from the 911 dispatcher, as well as this one from the teacher in the classroom. They share a common thread that's worth paying attention to. In both cases, AI isn't replacing human judgment, creativity, or connection. It's augmenting human capability in high-stakes situations where time, attention, and expertise are stretched thin. The dispatcher still makes every critical decision about the emergency response, but AI helps to ensure no detail is missed when seconds matter. The teacher still designs the learning experience and connects with students, but AI handles the busy work that previously consumed hours that should have been spent teaching. This is what thoughtful AI deployment looks like. It's not about automation for its own sake. It's about identifying where human professionals are overloaded, where critical details might slip through, and where administrative burden prevents people from doing their best work, and providing support that makes humans better at what they do. As AI continues to evolve, these are stories that are worth watching, not the hype about AI replacing everyone, and not the fear about machines taking over the world, but real-world examples of how AI is helping people be more effective at their jobs and what generally matters: saving lives, educating the next generation, and making sure the human expertise gets focused on where it's needed the most. That's the version of AI's future that's already here, and it's worth understanding. And that's it for this short story video, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and you have found it helpful and you have got something out of it of meaning. If so, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. It helps us to continue to create thoughtful, educational content like this. Thank you for your support and being a part of this conversation. Until next time, I'm your host, Brian Christopher. Take care.